always tracking, always alerting. This is Next Weather.
Dan will check in on the tropics as well. Let's get you ready for Tuesday with a few morning coastal showers. Everything migrating east though during the afternoon. Rain coverage holding at around 20%. It's a little bit more ominous than it actually will be. I think coverage remains limited because we have so much dry air in abundance above. And even when we had a little cluster of thunderstorm activity on Monday, that just kind of fizzled out. If you had more moisture up above, those storms can just keep going, but they won't as things will continue to kind of wind down. So let's check in on our area that we're watching in the Caribbean now. This is, of course, the tropical wave that we've been monitoring since last week, right? So still early days, but continuing to show signs of organization. Still a broad circulation needed to get a little bit tighter, but you know, aircraft hunters will be in there as far as hurricane hunters to let us know if we do have that. And once we do, we'll have tropical depression or tropical storm Melissa with a 90% probability. This is the area where we favor development here, but it's also an indication of where it's headed, right? So it's not going to go north or south anytime soon. It's going to ride what we call the trade winds, which are just very light winds up above in the lowest levels of the atmosphere, and that continues towards the west. Once a storm begins to develop and those huge thunderstorms start climbing up, it'll start feeling upper level winds, and that's why you start seeing these models turning toward the right. Now, the question is, when do they turn? Do they turn a little bit earlier? Remember, this is the next 7 days. It's around here still on as we head into the weekend, and then the turn to the north just depends on how conditions develop as far as its intensity and where we'll get pulled. So that's something we'll have to figure out. But the Caribbean has to watch this closely. Remember last week we had a weaker system that was still going to ride the trade winds off towards the left and head over to Central America. That has changed big time here. So we'll keep you posted on what we're thinking with additional model runs. For you and me on the beach tomorrow, if you're headed out to the beach, moderate risk of rip current that returns. And then we have no alerts for the Atlantic waters or the Florida Keys. That is going to change. The rip current threat's going to go higher. And the reason for all that is the winds are going to start picking up. We're going to get south of a boundary that will bring in some gusty northeasterly winds, which will kind of continue. It's going to be one of those stretches where we have not so great boating and beach conditions through the upcoming weekend. And then there's that uptick in rain chances as that front begins to stall out with coverage 30, even 40% for early next week.